Hello, guys, and welcome back to the DPC. We have the second game of the day between SG and Wolf Team to determine if SG can make it out of Division 2, or sorry, can avoid relegation, or tiebreakers for relegation, or if Wolf Team will not let them do that. There's not much for them, actually. You will notice, by the way, that there's only 20 seconds for Wolf Team. It is not because we took too long to actually start the draft, but rather because they got a level 3 penalty because they refused to put on their cameras. So that's something. So if Wolf Team drafts faster, they're missing a bit of drafting, then this is probably the reason why. Let's look at the draft now, though. Marcy and Razor, you talked about LTH Hoodwink. Where is LTH Marcy? Astini.
It's the open qualifiers might get a spot on Division 2. So.
Jesus Christ, Astini. You can...
But the Hoodwink was pretty good, right?
Not even Division 2? Are you serious?
I don't know. Lower Division 2. He deserves. He was so good with Hoodwink that I hyped for the other heroes.
Would you say it's like no ping level then? No ping with Astini level?
Bit worse. No ping without a Stini level that they got relegated.
Right, makes sense. Makes sense. All right, okay. Tell me about this start though. Razor plus the Marcy. You think it's that Razor offlane for Frank that Frank loves so much?
Yeah, and you can still flex the hero. You can still pick like Io with the hero. It's super strong. I feel like if you wanna play carry, it should be with Io. Otherwise, you put it on the offlane. It's pretty good against, let's say, all HFN heroes that he's playing lately. It's basically good against 90% of carries, right? Besides the ones with illusions. So it's pretty decent. They ban TB, they already banned Morph, they can ban PA. That would be the third ban if you want to focus on counters.
I haven't really seen Witch play much IO though.
Yeah, me neither. So it's very likely
comfort pick.
3.
It's a very player dependent hero, I feel like.
10 seconds remaining.
Also, they did really well last game. I'm not sure if they should experiment too much.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, this was the plan, I think, from the beginning, because they banned the Razor, so they were probably thinking about it. It's the same concept, though, right? You are going for offlane Razor because he's a win condition. Frank usually plays a more of a carry-like approach, like a Mar. Seems like a same general idea.
But I want SG to lose. Fuck Ogre. Stupid hero.
Okay, thank you for the analysis. Blake, we'll keep talking about the other side. Hopefully you like those guys more. Domberg versus Gareth Mage. With Gareth Mage, what do you think of that opener?
It's a bit weird to me. Because I feel like generally you pick Sky together with like a reliable. Okay, we'll get back to this. But
yeah, tell me about the Dazzle.
Dazzle, what is this hero? I haven't really seen much of this, and I know that Duster sometimes likes playing weird shit, right? It's his thing, like he's running around on Liches and Abaddons, but I haven't seen him play Dazzle.
Yeah.
SG eSports turn to pick.
I
Okay.
mean, I haven't much to say to this, dude. You're the analyst. Bastidi, Dazzle options, Dazzle thoughts?
Man, I opened Duster Dota 2 Pro Tracker. He played 1 match on the last 8 days.
It's the perfect time to play it now.
Because he doesn't have Smurf.
Did he win?
So, no, he lost. So I think he's just on I don't care mode. Like, I thought maybe we overestimate when he told, oh, I want SG to relegate. It means a lot because of ego. But then someone invited him to go to a bar. And then he just forgot about Dota 2 because they have nothing else to do on DPC. It feels like this.
Steedy always finds the personal point and then gut punches it. Loving it, Steedy. Thank you, mate. I'm glad you're here.
Right, before this tangent though, I was gonna say that Dawnbreaker plus Sky is a bit weird to me, because generally you wanna pair Sky with an offlaner that has a reliable stun, so you have the Mystic Flare combination, but then they don't run Dawnbreaker as an offlaner, so it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, they could still run Mars mid, right? And then Dawnbreaker off, but I guess Mars can always fulfill the role of the mid laner or the offlaner anyway. So I guess that's your reliable stun with Sky.
Yeah, I think so. Have we seen?
Because Dawnbreaker versus Caudle seems pretty bad.
True. They could play it as a carry though.
True.
Uh,
Is that an HFN style carry, Astini?
no, the hero is very new. He hasn't played. Needs to be in the game for like 4 years or so.
There you go. It's like, hey, we need a little bit of spice in the broadcast, Astini, and then he just gives his comment, and then we go back to the analysis. Thank you, brother. What do you think of the Faker Kono? He's one of the few guys that still regularly plays it in mid lane, Wingblade. Do you still think this hero's solid? Do you think it needs a specific lineup to work in?
10 seconds remaining.
Wingblade?
Sorry, I dropped for a moment.
5
Oh, that's fine.
seconds remaining.
The Kono. I'm asking you about the Kono. Faker is one of the few guys that still plays in Division 1. Do you think it's still a viable hero? Do you still think you think it needs a special lineup to make it work, or a specific ban to make it work?
I think both. Because Koddle, as annoying as he is still kind of played as a support in the mid lane. Like, you're not the kind of hero who buys a BKB and just runs in the middle of the fight, right? You want to sit at the outskirts, constantly get your spells off, and you need a lineup with like stupid tanky heroes for that to work. I'm seeing an Ogre Magi, I'm seeing a Razor, I'm seeing a Marcy, and those are stupid tanky heroes who just run at people, so it works perfectly.
5 seconds remaining.
Free PL game again. Luna. Oh my god.
Okay, so we do get 90-minute farming game now? Nice.
No.
I have nothing to do tomorrow.
To be fair, it's the best hero when they execute. Seems like the Luna. Luna Visage was like their best draft.
Remaining.
At least
versus
HFN.
Razor.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
it-
terrible.
Seconds remaining.
Okay, just checking.
And I think like something that explains the Koro is Dazzle and Skyref. They're two supports that they don't shove waves. So Koro can you can just win the game by shoving the right waves, as like Hokori did on the first match against Wolf. Because they're two very squishy supports. So even though Dazzle can sort of shove waves, like if you appear on the lane, you're dead. So if KXY play properly, Wolf team's gonna have a lot of problem.
Oh, and since they see the Luna matchup, they go, well, you know what? Let's upgrade this Razor to carry. Pick up a Viper last pick. How's that Viper versus Luna matchup, Astini, in the lane?
Oh, Luna is gonna cry. You need to go jungle really, really early. But I don't know, you might go too aggressive, and if Luna starts getting levels, it's kind of dangerous to all-in with that Viper, especially considering HFN knows really well how to play the lane, but you should like make Luna cry and go to jungle at level 4.
Okay. You also have the, of course, the Dazzle, which is pretty lethal against Viper with a poison touch. You know, physical damage, plus the Lunar Blessing could potentially kill Viper if he is out of position. Will it happen though, considering last game's performance? And therefore, what are your predictions? Wingblade, I see you dubitative there on the side.
Yeah,
Ask
I'm
you
like,
first.
if Viper puts like 1 point into his stupid magic armor thingy, which name I have forgotten, Corrosive Skin. I don't think Poison Touch is that good anymore, especially because there's probably gonna be a Marcy in lane as well. So if Dazzle is too aggressive with like reapplying, you just get stunned and dies instantly. I feel like it's gonna be a very hard lane. I feel like with the momentum from last game, I'm gonna have to go with SG, and also because I remembered that I casted like the entirety of Division 2 last season, and SG 2-0'd Wolf team there as well, and history is bound to repeat itself, so it's SG getting my vote.
Okay, Astini?
SG has everything to win, but I really want to see tiebreakers, so we get to cast more things. So I'm gonna say this Razor doesn't carry. Like, Ogre is some sort of buff, but it's not an IO, so Razor carry is gonna have a tough time.
This time at least one of us is gonna be correct. That is nice.
Yeah. And there's HFN Luna. HFN's gonna win.
Okay, Astini, I would want to remind you that, consider your track record, if you were predicting for SG, you had more chances of getting tiebreakers, but, you know, we'll see if that it ends up being true. As SG versus Wolf, they face off one more time. Perhaps we'll see them a third time, but for that, Wolf has to beat this incredible obstacle of the Razor, his disgusting Viper. Is HFN someone we trust in, or will the Dazzle bring this down? We're going to have to see with Gareth and Bowie.
Yeah, what a nasty, nasty draft. That is some disgusting stuff. Viper and Razor on one team. Bowie, are you leaning one way or the other?
I'm definitely leaning towards SG. I think, I mean, don't get me wrong. Most of the matches that Wolf team lost were usually game ones, and they usually do come back from that. But if we're just talking about draft, I do like SG a bit more. Sure, this is the Luna that HFN loves, but like once again, I try to think of how this game is gonna unfold. Right, you have Duster on this hero that holds the laning stage, offers not a lot of kill potential, and then you have Mars that will have a blink. Who follows up once the blink arena comes out? Like, this Gareth mage doesn't have that much reach, so it's only Tavo. I feel like they might just lack damage, and their team fights are going to be weird to execute. I just feel like SG, with the heroes they have, they should kind of get an edge on the laning stage, and they should just slowly snowball out of the lanes once again. Maybe not as fast as we saw in game one, because that was mega shellacking, as Suns fan would put it. But I do feel like they have everything they need this time.
Oh, we'll see how they do. I did try that early smoke movement, didn't come to anything. I'm one game down. I need to try and break out of that rut. Dazzle already tossed back. The tri-lane appears, Widge from the trees with the ignite, and those poison attacks, they stack up quickly. So first blood for Frank. And then we reset, go back to the 2-1-2, and protect Burner's Razor up top.
Yeah, this Dazzle hero... Usually melee heroes do benefit... I'm sorry, ranged heroes do benefit from laning with Luna because of the Lunar Blessing, but that Viper was a really good last pick. I think Wolf team was probably banking a little bit too much on that Razor being off lane. Once again, a good last pick for Frank. It feels like both times SG really enabling Frank's game with their drafts.
Yeah, they've done that in the past, right? They love the first pick Beastmaster for him, but also these last pick Night Stalkers they've done several times now. So it's a pretty great success. That's Vipers are no different. So
and another thing... Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, where's the advantage going to come from for Wolf team? You know, is it mid lane where Mars defeats Kotl, or top lane, the panel we're talking about, Sky doesn't have really a consistent stun to get kills off the back of? And where does Wolf team find the slack they've got to try and pick up?
I think it has to be mid. Like, this Kotl hero usually plays from afar, but if they can get a couple of pickoffs on KXY, it's probably how you come back into this game. Also, another thing that kind of scares me is that there's definitely going to be an early Vassal coming from KXY. And then, you know, the Dawnbreaker heal, the Dazzle heals might just feel underwhelming moving forward.
Duster keeping that poison touch going. Keeps hitting LTH, yeah, forces the TP, actually goes to Fountain. I thought maybe he would TP to the tier 1 bottom, but decides to go all the way back home instead.
Okay. I mean, the critical equilibrium is pretty good for Frank right now, so it's not like he's going to struggle in the next wave or two.
He's in a decent spot. Gonna get the poison put on him, though. Taste of his own medicine, nasty Viper picker.
Says the Husker picker. Okay.
Again, I'm reformed. I don't know how many times I've got to tell you this, Bowie, but I am not that man anymore. Top lane, Skywrath Mage, and he's just been sapped of all his damage. Doesn't get taken down, though. That nice Starbreaker holds the Razor away from what looked like a free kill on the Sky. I can't remember the last time I played Husker, you know? I might play one tonight.
The hero is pretty good still. I feel like people... it totally disappeared in competitive matches, but I still feel like it's better than a lot of people give credit.
Oh, Frank. Oh, he's getting beaten and bullied by HFN and Duster now. HFN very low. 5 packs of stacks of poison attack. Still alive, though. Gets the salve off and now turns onto LTH. And Duster and HFN really pumping a lot of damage onto this Marcy. The toss back of the dispose after the rebound. Went aggressive. Fairy Fire looks like it's just going to be enough to buy time to get to tower. With that extra armor and HP regen, Marcy very thankful to still be walking this earth.
Did you check if the salve that was used was from HFN? Because I think that's the only reason LTH would jump to try and cancel the salve on HFN.
Not sure, didn't see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he definitely lost a lot of HP to try and go for that play. Either way, though...
XY, he just dodges a spear.
Lanes look much better for Wolf Team. They have, Gustavo Dawnbreaker doing really well, even though he's against the Razor, and Mars also second in CS here.
It was Duster's salve production, tells us.
Okay, not the brightest move from LTH. Maybe Astini does have a point.
Oh, it's definitely something that's going to get under HFN's skin, right? He's told his support to salve him. It's a weak, puny, pathetic salve from your support. And then it gets cancelled. That seems pretty bad, but Widge dying up top lane. Another good bit of action for Wolf Team. And honestly, still quite surprising. You're right, Tavo nearly top of the CS board there, 24-4. Doing incredibly well and getting kills in this lane. What's gone wrong for SG? A Razor Ogre should feel like it dominates a melee.
I think it's just a case of if you don't force this low on the Gareth mage, then it's pretty hard for you to get on top of the Dawnbreaker just because of the slow plus the hammer coming from Tavo. So you kind of have to force a fight in a weird way so that once, like if the hammer is just like this, maybe they can get a kill on Tavo. But yeah, nice TP.
Yeah, no more Fire Blast. Duster dead down bottom as Frank picks up the kill. King out. Just going to stick around up top, try and get some of that leftover XP and gold. And Luna's CS not looking the best, but she's not that far behind the Razor, so all things considered, in a good spot still. King out. He's stuck around too long, hasn't he? Plasma Field, Fire Blast. They'll chase him down into the trees. Burner. He's turned around and finally gets that kill.
On HFN's defense, he is saving his kill point, so he probably already understands that, past level 5 on Viper, this lane gets pretty hard. Will probably be forced to jungle. Is he going straight up for the Mask of Madness? Not really. Even went for this Wraith Band. Not necessarily. I don't feel like the armor really benefits him that much this time. Kato dies though.
Yeah, Adriano gets the pick off with the help of King House. So Scarth Mage now making his mark in other lanes. He's become a pretty big problem, this guy.
Already a much better game for him than Nyx.
HFN TP's home. Oh, he's made it into Fountain. He's just about alive. Oh, so close to death. The Urn and the poison attacks nearly killed him. Meanwhile, top. King out half HP, but they'll turn it onto Widge again. Adriano's rotated too. Doesn't have Arena, but he should just need a Rebuke and a Spear to clear through the Ogre. Salvo helps out. Gets the pick off. Maybe a chase under tower here because Burner's half health. Mars is still coming for you. Gunning towards the Razor. He's got no tangos. He tries to quelling, but he's dead as well.
Okay. I mean, really impressed by the way Wolf Team bounced back. I think that top lane definitely allowed King RG to have a better game. Game 1, he was a non-factor pretty much because of his early deaths. This time, sure, it kind of took a while for them to get kills, but Gareth Mage is a hero that definitely benefits from being involved in so many kills mid, though, if they can find
found the Luna.
Yeah,
dispose into Illuminate, but Duster's there with a bit of a heal and had the Grave behind him if needed. So very wise from SG to just back up, knowing they probably wouldn't have been able to get that kill, while top Razor having a go on Adriano, gets the kill. Raindrops there for Burner, means he can stand his ground and fight. Has the Eye of the Storm to get a secondary one. Plasma Field's coming off cooldown in 1 second. I don't know, can he turn this? The raindrops, the tread swaps? He won't go for it. King out will be safe now.
Blocks the camp there. Pretty smart plays coming from Burner to make sure that as he goes back to the lane, there's not going to be any pulls. The Crypt Equilibrium should favor him as he comes back. Travels now done for KXY. So the timings from SG are going to start to hit up. They even get this tower for free. The Viper was not even hitting. So that's how shut down HFN was. But that's a player that can always bounce back. What I'm really looking at is whether this Mars and this Gareth Mage are going to be able to keep up the pace. They ideally want to shut down this Kato much more. But it doesn't feel like they're going to find him. Maybe an Ogre.
Yeah. Level 4 Ogre. They'll take what they're given. Doesn't need any long cooldowns to be expended. And they do get into this jungle to scout out anyone who's hiding.
HFN?
Oh my god, that Illuminate! Oh!
I think he was dead if he hit. It is a level 4 Illuminate, 500 damage. Oh my god.
That hit Luna's mount's tail. That was very close. Duster, Solar Guardian coming in, Grave as well. They're going to turn on the Marcy. Frank's Viper's arrived though with a strike and the poison attacks. They'll burst through Duster and Tavo. He's come in here to try and save his buddy, but he's going to get brought down.
Oh man, the only reason HFN lives there is because he had a third point in Lunar Blessing, so he had that extra vision, and he probably saw just like a glimpse of the Kato. Any other carry would be dead. Oh. Still though, pretty good for SG. They killed Tavo. He was definitely having a good game, so they shut him down. The ultimate, the Solar Guardian is on cooldown as well. Yeah, like, look at the tier 1 top tower. It's full HP. Even though Tavo was having a good game, they actually... The only hero that really does tower damage is Luna, and full recovery mode for HFN. It's gonna take a while until he actually groups up with Wolf Team.
So is that then down to the Mars to kind of come up here, find a kill? Because Catapult, it's spawning soon.
Yeah, they need kills. They do have Arena, so it was never used during some of the fights. And with this Arcane Rune, this might be what they need to force a couple of fights, maybe brute force a tier 1.
Clip onto Widget's Ogre. He's got raindrops as well now, but they're going to throw the arena in here to find the Ogre. 3 heroes surround him as well. Illuminate comes, Razor arrives, they TP out the Mars, but Duster and King Owl, they're stuck now. No TP for another 2 seconds for the Dazzle, so they focus the Scarith Mage and pick off the Dazzle in the end. Not worth it. 3 hero rotation for an Ogre kill, and you lose 2 of the 3 you started with.
Yeah, the only good thing is that it was an Arcane Rune arena, so they'll have it, but still not enough for Wolf Team. I guess it's good that F4DR doesn't die because they really need that blink. The Scuttle, I think he might just go BKB after the Vessel, just because there's a lot of kill potential coming from the Mars.
So does Viper sell his urn?
Oh, he went... Yeah, I actually saw that he didn't have one because of the Kato. Oh, I think
because he went urn for lane. I mean, it's not an expensive item, right? He went earn for lane, got him a couple of kills. He's going to get 440 gold back.
Yeah, I really feel like he has to sell it, because if he does steal a charge from the Kato, it's really bad. And the Kato usually has to play from behind, yeah. So the Viper is usually going to be closer to the targets than the Kato. Oh, King Gao, I think you are dead.
Looks pretty dead to me. In we go with the Marcy. Walk through the invisible Mystic Flare and dive the tier 1 as well. They see Tavo there, hiding in the trees and going for the TP. Illuminate, Viper Strike, no stuns, so nothing to stop it. They should get some good damage on this tower nonetheless. And this is also, defending their own tier 1. And the TP down here, just blown up by the Illuminate.
This year is so dumb, dude. Like, I know it got nerfed quite a bit, but like, I just watched Kato one-shot supports with an Illuminate, and it just doesn't feel right. And also, speaking of the Kato, he is not going that BKB I talked about, going straight up E-Blade. So, not afraid of 4DR right now. I do feel like he should be afraid, so we'll see if the Kai is going to pay off or if he's going to be blown up.
Can you dispose people out of arena?
Yes, but you have...
I mean, allies?
I think, yeah, I definitely can. It's kind of tricky, though. If they are speared into the arena, you definitely can, but sometimes you don't have the range. Like, they have to walk to you, you know?
Gotcha.
So,
I was just thinking, who can he rely on to save him? Viper, nah. Ogre, nah. Razor, nah. Maybe the Marcy?
Yeah, the Marcy can definitely save him, but the problem is he is a pretty squishy target, so could get blown up with that Scarif Mage ulting in the arena. Oh, wait, what's happening,
Look at
Tom?
Frank. I don't know. That is a crowded forest. And there's the combo.
Okay.
And bring 4 up top, and they do get that Mystic Flare Spear Arena combo onto Frank. And this should be a nice tier 1 for them to take. Just thinking about the parallels between this one and the last one, game 1 and game 2 of the series. Like, yes, Wolf Team are getting far more kills than they did previously, but it feels like that net worth and overall overarching macro game, the net worth advantage, the way things are going, synchronization of the items, it just seems much simpler and smoother for SG.
Yeah, I definitely think so. It is a simpler game for Wolf Team, but just because the game 1 draft was... had some flaws, in my opinion. But still, this Viper hero can definitely fall off. The Luna is just an amazing carry.
Sell your urn. Sell your urn. Please, Frank.
If this was a pub, dude, KXY would be going crazy. I'm very surprised that he didn't sell it yet, but we'll see. Smoke here from SG.
I need the
only
mana regen,
supports, though.
boys. I need the mana regen to use my poison stuff.
The armor. 2 armor against the Mars W. That's gonna be detrimental.
+2 agi, and 2 strength, and 2 intelligence. Oh! Just sell the urn. You've got a pick pole, it's fine. Yeah, quick little stuns. Scarth Mage, one of the squishier heroes, quickly dispatched with. While this is all happening, how is HFN doing in recovery mode? Because he's still middle of the pack, but is he in a good spot now?
I mean, he's been farming as much as he can, but it's definitely going to take a while. It's not only about the farm that he has, but also the fact that until he has a BKB, he still needs like about 2.5k gold. So with the BKB ready on the Razor and this catapult waves coming in, I feel like that's the time for SG to really kind of set up the pace, force this tier 1 tower middle, and potentially even Roche. Their Roche is not great, but I would love to see SG just playing a little bit more aggressive right now.
Oh, good read from SG. They've scanned top, so they know at least one hero's up there. And will be reacting delayed and late, but it's Adriana who TPs first. Arena Spear on that Viper. Frank healed up a little bit, but even with the help of the Razor here, he'll still die. The trouble is, Wolf Team are going to lose so much in the crossfire. 3 for 1 again, the trade goes the way of SG. Every time that Wolf Team try and start the fight, they get 1 kill, and usually kind of a meaningless kill on an Ogre, on a Viper. You know, SG don't care about that too much. You're spending so many ultis and cooldowns on it.
Yeah, it's definitely problematic because, you know, in a normal Luna game, I'm sure HFN would already be on the timing where he could disassemble Dragonlance and finish BKB, but he's still a little bit far behind. He needs like 1400 gold. So because he cannot join those fights and the Razor has BKB, the fights are unwinnable. 7,000 gold that Wolf Team has is not showing up. You know, that aura, that vision at nighttime would really help. But I don't blame HFN. He's just not ready.
Yeah, this is 7,700 gold plus 13 levels, right? Think about the spells, the damage, everything that he's bringing to the table. Ogre. Look at chased down by Tava and King R, but you can see how fearlessly Burner... Well, maybe not when he sees 5 of them. He was fearless for 2 seconds as I started my sentence, then realizes, even with the BKB, he didn't want to stand there alone. Now that LTH and KXY have arrived, though, he will turn that BKB on and go on to Adriana's Mars. And again, that trade, even with a Grave, you're losing 2 heroes off the back of it, and Wolf Team are just in disarray. There is no synchronization. It doesn't feel like they've got a good game plan here of how to combat this Kotl. 9,000 net worth KXY, he's joining fights, he's slaughtering people. Burner has BKB, he's running at you.
Yeah, they really they have good wards now on the side of Wolf Team. Like you can see, they have one in the middle of the lane there, one in the top side of the map. But I think the first 5 minutes were great for Kingdown, but then they really struggled to play together. The only smoke that they went for, I think they killed the Ogre that you pointed out. So the way that SG kind of spread their heroes around really didn't allow for those 2 heroes to function. And now that he's kind of getting behind on levels, I mean, sure, he finished the Athos, but it also means he doesn't have Blink. They just run at him and he's dying. And the team fights on Wolf Team are weird. Like, yeah, sure, the Dazzle graves the Mars, but he has no TP out, and then Dazzle and Mars die. It just feels like they expected this Luna to do much better in lane, and it's not what happened.
Oh, they're going to get the Ogre again. Can they escape before they all die? I don't think that's going to be the case. Mars, once more, the sacrifice to the SG players. And Roshan, it's on the cards here for them.
Yeah, really rough series for Duster. I guess we didn't really touch upon that in game 1 because everyone on Wolf was struggling. But like he got level 6 at 13 minutes game 1. This game, he's 0-7. I'm not really feeling a lot of impact. What's happening?
I mean, it's just Frank. Look, he's being pinged out now. KXY has just pinged him. 19 minutes in. He's pinging Frank saying, wait, you have an urn?
That's why I didn't get charges last fight? Still has it.
Dire's
Maybe now.
bottom tower
Go
is
to the
under
secret shop,
attack.
Frank.
That's wild. Well, no, he has a charge on Frank, doesn't he? He doesn't want to sell it. He can't. Bowie, he can't sell it now.
Use it on himself. Heal an ally.
Go heal the bloody Razor. Go on, he's going to come use the Urn on Razor.
Not
No,
really.
no, I've lied. Okay, Wolf team. Is it smoke time?
Dire are
You got to do something. The Luna has BKB. You jump in with the Mars. You get LTH, and you pick him off. Razor going to follow him into the grave as well. A double kill for King Out. Aegis is claimed up here as the Razor respawns. Pops his BKB in. Oh, he's going to go straight for this Luna. BKB TP. Looks like it's going to be good enough for HFN to slip out of there and back to Fountain. The rest of them are going to be fodder. The War Machine of SG is in full swing. Duster is left to his own devices. Still a good move from Wolf Team, getting a couple of kills and the Aegis, though.
It's a great move. Burner was full HP, so I think it was just I kind of glanced over after the arena was already cast, but I'm surprised that he had the damage to really do that without using Eclipse. Very impressive, and now we will see a smoke from SG. Ideally, there's not really any firepower. No BKB. Oh, HFN, if he dies, this is huge. No Dazzle nearby.
Oh, it's so important to find this Luna. Dead for 50 seconds.
Look at the ward. They actually had that planned up. And HFN being a little bit greedy with his movements. There was not even an action there because he got blocked by the SG ward. SG
Lucky.
sentry.
Middle tower is under attack.
And KXY able to maneuver the map and defend that bottom lane as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now he is going BKB after the Orchid, so he didn't go Kaya. Goes for the Orchid, which I actually don't mind. Very good versus the Dazzle. And now going BKB. Really liking... Like, one problem that SG often had was that they would win laning stage and they would really choke with their movements. But that doesn't look like that SG at all. Like, very few errors, I would say. Both games. At least so far. We'll see
So
if they
far.
can keep it up. A smoke bot here on Duster. So if the BKB is back on Wolf Team, Aegis being down, maybe... Oh, my lord.
Duster. Oh, Duster. How quickly does he die? The Orchid of Kotl makes short work of the Dazzle. The Mars is still pushing bot, gets a tower. Luna's farming top, so it's not all doom and gloom. Duster there giving a tactical feed, drawing the attention of SG away from his farming cause.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah. It's
Dire's bottom tower is under
it's
attack.
not all terrible. They will finish the BKB on Mars with the next wave, unless he gets spotted by KXY here. Oh, hello for DR.
Oh, he jumps away. He's got the TP. So he's going to get his BKB eventually. But this is now a... Oh, yeah, they got the Dispose. He can BKB TP, though, can't he? Anything to save him. He's not going to go for it. Instead, wants to turn and fight with Tavo Solar Guardian arriving. KXY and Frank, they're going to BKB TP out the Luna and a Dawnbreaker, while Dust is being chased by Burner and Widge. Dazzle does have a grave. Don't know if he's safe, though. This is very deep from the Razor, though. He's by the tier 3. He's looking for this solo kill. Gonna get jumped by the Mars, but just pops his BKB and runs.
Pretty interesting build here, going straight up AC. It's definitely been a while since I've seen that build. Maybe because of their draft, they feel like they actually struggle with taking hours and such. But I think Refresher is probably still better this game. Let's see what happens.
Oh, in we go. Duster has that shard. He turns them all into little piggies, and Adriano's arena is a good one. HFN is going to pick up couriers and kills left and right, and they find 3 in a row. This time, Dazzle is the only casualty, while Burner doesn't have his BKB. KXY still standing high ground, has his delivered now. He's speared up against the tree side, but I don't know if he can actually do any more damage. They lose 4. SG just get run out and pummeled. Now the silence onto the Mars to stop his arena or spear. Arena's still on cooldown though, so it would have just been a spear.
Are scanning.
Okay, XY runs it back.
Yeah, that's the most South American play I've seen in a long time. You have 2 BKBs on cooldown on your side. Sure, let's smoke gank and kill the Razor that also used BKB to kill a Dazzle in a tier 3 tower. So, And somehow it works out, even though HFN's BKB and Talbot's BKB was not ready. We just find a really good arena.
Also, SG walks high ground into them, right? They're there with a smoke waiting high ground. They get the 3-man shard poison touch into arena. Couldn't have been a better start for Wolf Team. Well, that's also potentially a signal of things to come. As this game drags later and later, we do have this Luna is the carry in this match, right?
Yeah, it's definitely just easier. You can, like, one mistake from SG, it's way more real estate being acquired by Wolf Team than the opposite. That's probably why we see the AC on the Razor. But, I don't know. I feel like if he had a refresher in that fight, he can just pop the refresher and just win the fight by himself. So, I don't know. Kind of a combination of a mistake from SG. If they don't make that mistake, then the AC could have probably looked pretty good, as they could force Roche, get tier 2 towers. But we did talk about those mid-game mistakes that sometimes SG goes for. I'm sure Wolf Team is the type of team that's going to abuse the hell out of plays like that.
Well, another group up from SG. 3 heroes bot, 2 kind of pivoting towards mid, maybe angling to a freebie kill on this Scarth Mage or the Mars, but it's in fact the Rod of Atos that takes out LTH. King Owl just solo killing people now.
Strength of the Scarif Mage. Still no boots on him, by the way. He just went for the Atos and the Forest Staff.
Who needs boots?
Have wings.
He can fly. Oh, the Mars has to BKB. He's considering Arena, but how does he put it on? BKB Cottle, BKB Viper. They run it up the high ground, looking for any stragglers. Duster and King Owl have been left all the way back here alone. And Grave is not going to keep you alive. They'll find the Dazzle, and maybe they'll catch King Owl on the way back as well. Looks like Tarvo has slipped away just far enough out of the reach of Widge and Frank. Now, this is where, ideally Roshan would be alive and you'd take it, and you keep that pressure going. But it feels like SG don't really have an objective to go for. While, bottom lane, Burner's going straight on to this HFN Luna. They're BKB for BKB traded. Adriano is in again, Arena. He catches the Razor, Solar Guardian coming. LTH, go save your man. Get your mans out of here. They do get the Dispose out, but the Razor's dead. Adriano falling quickly as the 4 of SG have arrived on the scene. Oh, the Luna blown up as LTH jumps her, and now we've got Talvo stranded. BKBs to hammer and run, sprinting and TPing home. Successfully escapes.
What
a very fast move from SG to get down there.
Yeah. What a weird, these fights are so discombobulated. It feels like the Razor is just by himself. He finds someone, he baits, gets baited. But at the end of the day...
now Cottle. Oh, another Dispose into the Starbreaker. Off. Oh, what is happening? Tarvo's gone in. He's got no BKB. Duster, he's holding Grave for the last second, but if he's stunned and killed before he can get any spells off, what the hell's the point? Tarvo now chased down as well. Multicast in from the Ogre. Ding, ding, dings down the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, this game is definitely something. A lot of, plays you usually don't expect to see in Division 1, but nonetheless, very entertaining.
This is a Dota 2 video game, Bowie. You are correct.
It's definitely... Oh, by the way, you remember that urn on Frank? Still healthy, still going.
God. But why?
If they win, I would love to see an interview where Avo asks Frank about the urn, or KXY. That would be even better.
Both.
But...
No, there's no or. You need both of them in an interview. So Avo just goes, tell me about the urn, and you let both of them have a cage match to battle it out between the two of them.
Oh, that would be glorious. Roche is up, by the way, in terms of BKBs here. Everyone has their BKB once the Cottle spawns, so I think this is going to be the next point of contention here. Nighttime, though, so that's really good for a Wolf Team, unless the
Luna
dies.
Immediately half HP. Okay, LTH. Okay, I want to see who did the most damage in that. Because she died so bloody quickly. LTH at 800, but it was the Viper doing the most. But Marcy, no slouch when it comes to the punches.
I mean, this might be a free Roche unless Wolf Team gets this amazing fight, but I really failed to see where the damage is gonna come from, because all the BKBs on SG are up, so they might just have to give this up.
Yeah, they just need to Ravage, Black Hole, Cataclysm.
They just
yeah.
summon 3
5-man
extra
RP.
heroes.
Yeah, they just need a 5-man RP into empowered PA crit, you know, that kind of deal. Alright, back to a 6k lead for SG. This game is, yeah, swinging up and down.
Well, one thing I can tell you is the Viper definitely knows the urn exists because he backpacked the urn for the shard. But now, do you get charges if it's in a backpack? I'm assuming that he doesn't. But he's not gonna sell it. He's just gonna leave it in the backpack as a threat towards KXY.
I mean, I don't know. I know the Observer did just show it, but Bowie, have you seen the graph? It's pretty dank, honestly.
Oh.
Wolf team had a good 2 minutes of, we're doing it, we're coming back, and then slide.
Yeah, that's, I mean, win probability, though, still pretty healthy towards Wolf team. You know, that's a 57% for SG. I'll probably give them a bit more.
I guess it is just the HFN Luna factor, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got to have faith.
I think Kotto also struggles to close out games sometimes. You know, when he goes really late, you're definitely going to get more value out of a refresher Mars than Kotto. But this Mars is not going refresher, going straight up Desolator here.
They've already got one as well. Tavo has a Deso.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I just clicked on the Dawnbreaker and I was like, oh yeah, look, she's got a Deso. And then you said Mars is buying one, and I just had a small brain aneurysm thinking, wait, have I clicked on the wrong heroes and seen the wrong things? Nope. They're both buying it.
I mean, I guess if we had double Warren on one side, so they just want to make it fair, go double Deso on Wolf team. I guess you can get a Basher here? I did, yes.
Did you play in any like in-house leagues or tournaments where they had a rule set?
Not really. At Dota 1, I was a big scrub. You know, I was just playing Jakiro.
Yeah, in Dota 1, they had a bunch of rules where it's like, you can only have 2 Refresher Orbs per team, 1 Necronomicon per team. So, they go in. Adriano just goes straight for the spear. KXY, BKB is up, and Burner is draining all the damage out of the Mars. Yeah, TP home, Dazzle, Grave TP. Stun comes, and Duster's dead. Out he goes, and a weird initiation as the base is being dived by Burner. They've got HFN's Luna. And yet again, the Razor just goes wild. Solo charges into the enemy 5-man rank and file, and they're going to pick them all off. Die back out of the Dazzle. 4 heroes dead. Everybody's got the same respawn time, which I don't think I've ever seen before. 62, 61, 60. Yeah, look, they're all synchronized together. They're going tier 4s and throwing. They're forcing buybacks out of Luna and the Mars.
Should look at the graph now, by the way. That's dank.
That's a slide. That's a melee barracks gone. KXY did die very deep in behind tier 4 towers, though.
Yeah. That's definitely, you know, good. But,
4?
I don't know, man. 14 deaths on Duster. And that's not even like a game where you have like a Storm Spirit. You know, sometimes you're playing Dazzle into Storm, and every time you get jumped, and that's okay. But it's a Kotto. It's a Razor. I really feel like that's not the greatest performance from Duster this whole series.
Yeah, I've seen this kind of thing before, and it always boils down to the fact you have 2 squishy range supports. Like Mars wants to kind of wait for his time to jump. He doesn't want to be face tanking smokes. He doesn't want to be breaking vision. He doesn't want to be frontlining in the sense we talk about frontlining in a professional Dota 2 game, right? The Ogre is a frontline hero. He will walk up high ground and say, howdy, what you doing? And walk into you. That's kind of been Duster's job. He's just walking in there trying to give the vision to the Mars, and I guess that's where a lot of his deaths are coming from.
Yeah, the problem is that because he's the saving hero, like he actually bought back and he didn't have Grave in that fight, just because he did the same thing when they initiated there. It's unfortunate because HFN relies a lot on that Dazzle, but you have Duster just doing very different jobs, right? Tanking smokes and also being the save guy. Well, either way, Razor did finish that refresher we're talking about. Satanic on the way. He's Giga farmed. So it's one of those matches where I think this Luna needs to delay the game by like 30 minutes to stand a chance.
Has she got Lincoln's now? Oh no, wait.
Scotty?
She had Lincoln's queued. Yeah, she's got Skadi delivered. She had Lincoln's queued for a while, and I thought that Ultimate Orb was for that, but here's the full Skadi.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He just does expire. So that's the bright side here for Wolf Team. I wouldn't mind a smoke gank right now. I think you really don't want to get too far behind. But KXY should be careful here. He is kind of alone. Should be fine though.
He's got BKB and 1,000 move speed. He's never... I mean, he's an old man on a horse. May as well be a 1,000.
Oh, by the way, click on 4DR here. He's gonna keep that Mithril Hammer, and he has Refresher queued up now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he bought back, right? So he's looking at his options. Misses the spear, whiffs it completely. Widge inside the arena, still gonna die. Gets thwacked by the Basher of Tarvo, who's becoming the proper secondary carry here for Wolf Team. So high ground defended. SG on the run back. This has got to be smoke time, right? Like Wolf Team, they're on the rock, so they've got to go and do something.
Yeah, but they don't have arena, right? How many BKBs do they use on SG? The Razor still has his and a Refresher. It's not that easy to really smoke right now. I think you probably wait arena, unfortunately.
I mean, hell, even the even the Viper has a Skadi soon. He's 100 gold away from it.
Oh,
He sold his urn and he's bought a Skadi.
There we go. That's the spirit.
Okay, here we go. Smoke from Wolf Team. They show Tarvo top. He's got the Solar Guardian, so he can join any moment he wishes. And see, this is the
look at
problem,
bottom,
right?
though. That's a terrible smoke.
Oh, geez, yeah, no one's defending.
Oh, my God.
The wave is at the barracks. So here is the problem, right? They smoked us 4. Who goes first? Who's the catch? Who's the... it's King Ao. Gareth and Dazzle have to be the first points of contact. They have to go
have
first.
Arena, right? It has to be the Sky. Yes, they'll have it, but the smoke... Yeah, I mean, the best bet is just, you know, get some wards down here in the big jungle. Maybe get lucky with the Russian respawn timer. But the problem is they're just going to force bottom. And this is going to 100% kind of force Wolf Team to react.
Yeah, they've got to react quickly as well.
Oh, no.
They're already on the high ground. The shard from the Viper doing so much damage to towers, and they've caught the Luna off guard. She's being burst into oblivion, gets the Grave and the BKB out. Frank with his BKB is going to walk out of the arena while Burner moves towards the Dazzle, finds a swift kill. Adriano's got to bail. And now what? Wolf Team down a hero. Marcy ball back to bring the numbers advantage to SG. And a refresh up from the Razor means he charges straight towards the two of them, even fountain diving the Luna, dead for 2 minutes. No buyback available. And this is game over. A swift 2-0 victory for SG out of nowhere.
I mean, this was definitely more of a fight for Wolf Team. I think they did well overall, but it felt kind of lost, really. I feel like the draft doesn't help. It was a better draft, don't get me wrong, but still kind of a bad draft just because of how they were supposed to play. You talked about the 2 range supports. I think that definitely hits the nail on the head. Like, you don't really have an easy way to play this game. Like, you also have this global, like, because the offlaner wants to be the Spectre that is away from the fight and ults in, it makes it even weirder because you don't have an offlane that tanks and your mid is the initiator, so he also doesn't want to show. So it's just a really odd way of playing the game. A lot of times it kind of felt like they could have done it, but SG, they made very few mistakes. You know, kudos to them. I think that's one of the most crisp series we saw from them so far. And to them, it's great because now they're 100% away from relegation.
Yeah, good stuff for them. I mean, like, I agree. You know, props to SG. We can say they were crisp, but that has got to be one of the most disappointing series for Wolf Team that we've seen in a long time, both draft and play-wise. Usually Adriano is, you know, the king of the game. Tarvo's running around, having a great old time. This was a real rough one, but yeah, 2-0 victory for SG. As I think we can pass it back to Arvo and the panel to talk about what just happened.
Thank you, Gareth. Yes, what just happened? I would love to review this as we get some highlights of the game displayed here on the screen. Can we get those? Yes? Is that possible, producer? Great, fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, there's just some. We're gonna be setting up an interview as we speak, by the way, with the Wolf Team guys, and hopefully that is with the SG guys. My track record defeats me here, and hopefully we can talk to them about the urn because that's my most interesting point. But Astini, you talked to me about how that seemed like a free Razor game. It looked like a free Razor game. Why they picked Luna into the Razor? That's my question.
Because they didn't have time on the draft to think properly what they're doing, and that's because they don't care about anything.
Right. I
don't have any explanation other than it really feels like they don't care at all.
So now I have a question that's more of a cultural one. Are cameras really hard to find in Brazil?
No, and I really think they actually have. Like, I cannot say here that they have, but everything tends to be on the sense that they do have, they just don't want to use.
Okay. I just had to know because at this point it's happened so many times. I'm starting to question if it's like one of those things where, like toilet paper in America is hard to find. Wingblade, tell me about this game a little bit. I mean, you went the way of SG from the start. So why did you know SG was going to be the superior team? What are some of the reasons for you?
I mean, part of the reason was that I felt like Wolf Team was a little bit tilted. And I feel like if there is any team
I would say that too.
That is a team of extremes, where the highs are really high and the lows are really low, it's probably Wolf Team. You have these 5 players who have all been to TI, who have struggled in Division 2 for 2 seasons. So when you see them play, you never know which version of Wolf Team you're gonna get. If you're gonna get the TI players, or like Astini says, the open qualifier players. This series, it was just a bit of tilt, and I have to say that I wouldn't just say that Wolf Team didn't look that great. I would also say that SG looked super good.
Right?
Ever since they switched players, I thought they were a little bit weaker, but this series they just looked really good. And Berna on this Razor, he looked super good. Like just his decision making, his itemization, his positioning was top tier, really.
When you say switch players, do you mean from last season? So the Parker change?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah. That's
Parker
fair.
and Hiko, right?
And Hiko's true. Yes. The Hiko change as well. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Did you think that this? What were your expectations for them this season, Wingblade? Now that season's over, do you expect them to be relegated again, considering the change?
I mean, it's hard to say. I was expecting them to be like below the halfway point, but not exactly relegation. So I guess it checks out now. They are 3 and 4 now, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So...
I mean, it's the same score as Wolf Team. Thank you. In fact, actually, Wingblade, before you complete this point, right? Let's just look at the standings a little bit because this will be the final standings or close to it. Beast Coast and Thunder Awaken are currently the ones going to the major, but Infamous can definitely tie with either one of them, whoever loses in the Beast Coast Thunder Awaken match. Especially now that Hokori literally has nothing to win from the last match. Even if they win, they will still be relegated. On the bottom side of the table, much to Astini's chagrin and everyone else's who gets paid for every cast, we will not be having a second side of tiebreakers, which means this will be the final score for the bottom half. Wolf Team, Tempest, SG will stay in Division 1. Infinity and Hokori will be going down. Infinity's going down. Oh, sorry, actually, Wingblade, the final point. SG. Expectations for them as we started the season.
Expectations were met, and I feel like now all they can do is grow. Because this lineup is getting more and more experience together, so maybe next season they have a chance at like the top half, and then maybe the season after that they win TI.
Sorry, yes. Yeah, that's
how it works, right? Every team just gets better and wins TI.
The next season is TI, that's the thing. But I feel like they improved a lot. I feel like they showed the best Dota. LTH on Marcy, he deserves the Division 1 spot. And
it's not
like
open qualifier, Marcy.
Just
no.
Okay, so you changed your tune then.
Well, he just upgraded. He got promoted from.
Oh, he upgraded in just one single game, Astini. You weren't wrong under any circumstances, but he upgraded.
if he lost the game, he would be Division 2.
Right. That's true. So you okay? I can see it. I love your
Like-
logic, Astini. I can't see a way that you're wrong, which seems like
Yeah,
a
there are no
genius way to
flaws.
come up with things.
Yeah. But yeah, considering there are, I guess, 3 TI spots, right? One direct and 2 wildcards. I really think SG is a strong contender. By the way, they finished the season because they showed some pretty good execution.
Okay. Before we go to the interview, I do want to ask you because I know Astini, you're relishing this fact. Infinity's being relegated. How happy does that make you?
A lot. Like that's what I was expecting. Like I would be really mad if Infinity didn't relegate, because then Dota wouldn't make sense.
You see, a normal pat list would have been like, oh, well, you know, it's really unfortunate for the Infinity guys, but Astini, he does not care. He goes hard. Thank you, Astini. I knew. You've been talking about this all season, and the true history, or the true story of the season for me has been, will Infinity get relegated? And will therefore Astini celebrate that? And the answer to both of those questions is yes.
This is
Yeah,
why
so-
SA Dota is the best Dota. You have both the best players and panelists.
Well,